I don't know whether this episode was filler or not, but if the main character is not the focus and this episode still delivers, then you have something good really going for you. And this episode is about Denki and Iwabe. So let's start from the beginning. So in the beginning, we see Denki climbing the wall, right? And he cannot do it because he's not good at chakra control, or at least he's not good at ninjutsu at all. And then Boruto comes in and gives him some stupid explanation, and we discover in this episode that even though Boruto is prodigious at learning things, he's not prodigious at explaining. And I think in the future, if he's going to be in a team and he has some kind of plan that he wants to carry out, he needs to improve his explanatory skills in order for his entire team to get what he is trying to do. Okay, so the rest of Boruto's team comes in, right, and they try to explain everything, and they rub salt in the wound, in Denki's wound, by, you know, telling Denki that it's really easy, and they all climb the wall and shit, and it's like, you motherfuckers. Okay, so Denki says, I don't get what the fuck you people are trying to tell me, because obviously I'm struggling and you people are, you know, explaining things from the way you feel it. And the thing is that it is not the way you teach someone. The way you teach someone, right, is to explain things from the way they can see it. So if you're giving directions, give it from their perspective and not from your perspective, because it will confuse them. And you know, that is something you need to learn about teaching. Now, the thing about Denki's character that I like is that I can relate to both Denki and Iwabe because of the things that they have experienced. Okay, so let's start with Denki. With Denki, the thing about Denki is that Denki saw Boruto using ninjutsu and it inspired him to, you know, become a ninja, something that his father was. And without any knowledge in ninjutsu, he decided to pursue the career to become a ninja. And the thing is, he actually did. He successfully integrated himself within the academy, and he even helped out on certain situations. I mean, we had the situation where he was in the post office, you know, trying to stop Sumire, and he even threw a shuriken. And then we have the whole parkour course thing where he actually tried and, you know, he actually got somewhere, you know what I'm saying? So in a way, Denki is like me because he got inspired by Boruto to pursue a career which he never thought he could, you know, be involved in. And the similarities with me is that I was inspired by John Boyega, who is now doing his thing in Star Wars and, you know, Detroit and all that kind of stuff, to, you know, become an actor. Because one thing I will tell you about me is I used to be a professional IT technician, and I would sit in a room with all these countless old people, or at least people who are older than me. Probably they're old enough to be my granddad, right? And I really did not like the whole environment. So I saw that John Boyega made it as an actor, and I thought, you know what, let me try it too. So I did some research about him, and he attended a school for acting. So I decided, you know what, let me attend the same school. So I applied, and me being black, naturally people will say, you know, they will doubt me and say, you ain't shit, you ain't gonna pass, you're not an actor, you're just an IT technician, so stay in your lane. But with me, I decided to apply for the school, I auditioned, and I passed. Apparently they turned down 3 other people in order to add me into the school. So obviously, you know, that proves that I have something and I prove people wrong. So yeah, that is a lesson for you. Don't, you know, let people put you down because of words, because at the end of the day, words are words and actions bring you somewhere, not just words. So yeah, that is how I relate with Denki. Now, the thing with Iwabe, right, how I relate with Iwabe is that Iwabe has actually, you know, failed a few years in academy and, you know, has repeated the classes. And the thing is, when I was young, the same thing happened to me because I moved to another country and I wasn't really good at the language because of the whole language barrier thing. I could not understand what was being taught in class. So, you know, me being me, successfully, I learned the language really quickly, but not for the right reasons that you think that I learned the language. So basically, I learned the language because a lot of people were roasting me and I wanted to roast them back. So within a year, I learned the language so I could roast back. And yeah, I repeated classes because I did not understand what was going on. So I can relate to Iwabe and Denki, and that is why these two characters gravitate towards me even more, because I've had the same life experiences as those two combined. So I'm like an Iwabe and Denki at the same time. I suck at studying, but I'm good at practical. And at the same time, I do, you know, achieve my goals, or at least pursue something out of my reach, and I achieve it. So that is the life lesson that you got from me personally and from the anime. Okay, so obviously Denki is climbing his rocks or whatever the fuck he does, and then obviously he says that he doesn't want to repeat the year as Iwabe. Iwabe hears this, he gets upset, and, you know, he walks away. And the thing is, we have the scene here in the burger shop where they are talking, and Boruto tries to explain again with his horrible explanation. Iwabe does not get it, and Metal Lee was actually observing Denki. He decides to help Denki, and the thing about Metal Lee, right, is that he is from a clan, okay, the Lee clan they call it, and apparently people from the Lee clan are good at taijutsu and all those physical things. So I think that Metal Lee, by association, being the the son of Rock Lee, should be good at taijutsu, but it was never said that the Lee clan were only good at taijutsu. So maybe Metal Lee is gonna surpass his father by being better at ninjutsu, because it was never said that Metal Lee is bad at ninjutsu. He was even climbing the rocks fairly easy. So Metal Lee is above his father at the moment in terms of ability and potential. So Metal Lee decides to help Denki. He tells him to climb the rocks, which was really bad advice because Denki fell, and if it wasn't for Rock Lee saving the day, Denki would have actually probably permanently damaged himself, rendering himself permanently paralyzed. So Rock Lee came, and then he encouraged Denki because he saw Denki struggle, and I think Rock Lee actually saw himself within Denki, because Rock Lee was the type of person who could not keep up with the rest because he was not good at ninjutsu or anything related with chakra. So when he saw Denki's hard work, he saw himself within Denki, and he decided to give him some tips which were close to useless, but he gives him this outfit that he always wears, and he has pretty much taken over Might Guy's role of being the new Might Guy. So Rock Lee is a new Might Guy, and he gives Denki the suit, and he says it will help you boost your confidence or whatnot. So obviously Denki takes the outfit, and I don't remember Rock Lee giving him the belt, the red belt. I don't remember him giving him the red belt at all, but for some reason, when Denki wore it to save Iwabe within the building, he had a red belt which came from nowhere. So Iwabe sees Denki trying hard to climb the rock, right, and then he comes down and he explains things to Denki, and magically Denki understands what Iwabe is talking about. So obviously he learns to control his chakra. We find out that the reason why Iwabe decided to help Denki instead of study is because he has felt the pain of people graduating past him and leaving him behind multiple times, and I felt that too. So it is really, really difficult, and you really don't want others to go through it. So in a way, Iwabe is sacrificing himself in order for Denki to pass, and he wants to be a Hokage, and I think this is one of the multiple traits that a Hokage should have, to put a lot of people in front of him, to protect people, if it means sacrificing yourself. So Iwabe definitely as a character is growing here, and he is different from when we saw him the first time in episode 2. So definitely Iwabe has grown into a more caring person about the people that surround him. Denki decides to help Iwabe, and apparently Iwabe only learns better when he's using his chakra to hold him in unstable positions. So yeah, that works. And the next scene is one that I really question in terms of Konoha's ability to protect the citizens, because there was a fire, right, and instead of the fire brigade being there to stop whatever is going on, they decide to stay outside and use water from the outside to take out the fires. Now, in a nation where ninjas are raised to save civilians in case of an emergency, there should be fire brigade ninjas or something. They should be specially trained to deal with this type of situation. But from what it looked like, right, the fire brigade could not do anything except stay outside and take care of the fire from the outside, which is not useful. And the fact that we have a person who's not even a genin, an academy student, to go inside there and save lives really means something. It really undermines the ability of the fire brigade within Konoha, because an academy student did your work, and if it wasn't for Iwabe and Denki at the same time, what would happen is that these kids would have died, okay? And the thing about Iwabe is that he said earlier on that he could not carry 2 children at once, but in the end he did carry 2 children at once. So it's like yeah, what happened to that? I really like the outfits that Denki is in when he was saving the people from the fire, and from now on people are going to be making videos speculating whether Denki is going to be part of Team Rock Lee, okay? And probably he is, probably not, but I think that Denki really suits Rock Lee's training style, because he struggles and Rock Lee understands that. So it's like, who better than Rock Lee to train Denki? And also the thing is that I think Iwabe might be in the team as well, but Iwabe is more ninjutsu, so I doubt that. And the thing is, in a team there should be 2 guys and 1 girl, and we already know that Metal Lee is within the team of Rock Lee, okay? So if that is the case, then that means that Iwabe, Denki and Metal Lee are going to be in Rock Lee's team. But the thing we know about the groupings of the teams is that there needs to be at least one female, so one of these people is not going to be in the team, and it has to be between Iwabe and Denki, because we definitely know that Metal Lee is within Rock Lee's team. So, you know, choose a pick, right? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. So they get to the academy and Shino says, what has happened to you two? And they explain everything, and Shino says, oh, okay, then you don't need to take the test anymore because you passed. And the reason why is because apparently, you know, they saved people and they've been training them to do this. You know, they took whatever they learned and applied it in real life situations, and that is what they've been training them to do. It's like, Shino, have you not been watching these episodes? Like, literally from episode 1, right, they've been applying whatever they learned, you know, in school to save these people. So it's like they passed the test regardless of the situation, if we go by Shino's logic. So, you know, I'm happy that Iwabe and Denki passed, because I'm really rooting for the characters because of, you know, their relations, in terms of how I gravitate towards them. You know, I really like seeing people who really struggle excel at things, you know what I'm saying? But then again, it's only me personally. Let me know what you think in the comment section down below of what you thought about this episode. Now, the thing about the next episode is I don't really think it's gonna be a solid good episode, because, you know, we have Sarada, who is trying to deliver a teddy bear or something to one of the sick patients that Sakura is dealing with, you know, in the hospital. And it's like, if there's an episode like that, I hope it really develops Sarada as a character to make sure, you know, we understand her more for the next arc that is about to occur. Because, you know, delivering a teddy bear, delivering a teddy bear, you know, as an episode is really filler-ish, and it is not something exciting or something to look forward to, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, I'm done with my review. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. Did you like, you know, what I had to say, or how I relate to these characters? And better, more and even better, how do you guys relate to these characters? I would really like to know. And for those trolls in the comment section saying that Sarada is Karin's daughter, get your head checked, please. I'm only playing, but no, seriously, get your information for credible sources, or at least if someone tells you, you know, to if someone gives you a piece of information, just double check to make sure they are giving you accurate information. Even if I tell you that, do your checks and make sure that I am telling you the truth. With that being said, I have nothing more to say. Bye.